Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you so much for checking in. So today I want to give you my first impressions ride review of the new Gaerne SG-22. So I've got about, I'm going to guess between 10 and 13 hours of ride time in these now. And if you watch my product spotlight, then you already know about some of the big updates that they changed with the new SG-22 from the 12. And speaking of the SG-12, I spent a lot of time in that boot, and that boot's not going anywhere. That's still going to be offered just a little bit lower price point than the 22, but so as I was thinking about this, I was like, man, like, what should I tell? Like, what's the information that the people are going to want to know the most? If you want to know all the itty bitty details, go watch the product spotlight. I just want to tell you what you're going to notice the most. If you ride an SG-12 now, I want to tell you what you're going to like more about the SG-22. And if you're coming from another boot like a Tech 10, a Tech 7, or a Fox Instinct, a CD, kind of what you can expect going to just a Gaerne boot in general. So with these, some of the big updates is they changed the buckle location on this, and what they want to do is give it a little bit more flexibility. And that is one thing that I did notice right out of the box with these. More flex right away. They're still stiff. You're going to expect that with the premium boot, but I like that it didn't take as long as an SG-12 for me to feel like I had the range of motion that I like in a pair of boots. And what I've enjoyed about these is that I feel like they broke into where I got the flex that I wanted, and they've maintained that flexibility from that point forward. I don't feel like these, as they really get worn in, they're gonna feel clapped out, like they're not gonna offer any ankle support anymore. So that is one thing about the Gaerne boots in general that really shines, is the durability factor. Like, honestly, if you're gonna buy one brand of boots and you just want one that's gonna last you the longest, I would tell you to go get a pair of Gaernes. But, so right out of the box, more flexibility. More comfort for me as well, because they did widen up the toe box just a little bit. They just made it roomier in general over the SG-12, so that I can appreciate, because the SG-12 toe box kind of went pretty narrow pretty fast right at the end. This one's a little bit more of a square shape, it's roomier. I will admit though, when I first saw this, I thought that the toe box looked a little bit kind of clunky, like it was big, but after riding it, it's really not an issue. I haven't noticed that whatsoever. As far as the peg feel with the SG-22, it's got the same sole as Gaerne has had for several years now, traditional stitched on sole. The durability is really good. It's just not gonna offer as much peg feel as a Tech 10 or an Instinct 2.0, a Motion, or even the Tech 7. But after you're riding these long enough, you get that muscle memory, and it just gets to a point where it's really no longer an issue. So yeah, peg feels pretty much the same. It's hard to say it's any better than the SG-12. What I did notice though, one positive for me with the 22 is that the toe box material is just softer. It's not such a hard plastic, it has a little bit more give to it. That for me has been a big positive, because while I'm shifting, when I'm catching the upshift, I can feel the shifter just a little bit more. It just gives me a more positive feel when I'm shifting. So that is one aspect that I've noticed. Just like the SG-12, they've got a really large calf opening, and I've said this a lot of times, and customer comments, things like that. If you have large legs and you wear a knee brace, you're looking for the boot with the largest calf opening, I'm going to tell you to get the SG-12 or the SG-22. But aside from that, like I said, yeah, they're a good update. They didn't do any kind of huge overhauls with anything on the boot. The buckles are a little bit better, to where it's a similar design, just a little bit more positive feel when they snap shut. But in my opinion, of all the boots that are out there, I still feel like, yeah, I get it. Some people can say, oh, that buckle design's super old, they need to update it. But why would you fix it if it ain't broke? It works really well. They don't get stuck even when they're super dirty. So in my opinion, this is the best buckle design of all the boots that are out there. But aside from that, again, I like the SG-12 and I like the SG-22 even more, just because it's giving me a little bit better flexibility. This buckle, these two lower buckles, are the two where they change the position a little bit. Another thing that I noticed too is it doesn't bind as much, but overall, been really happy with them. Durability with Gaerne, you just can't beat it. And again, if you're coming from an SG-12, you're really gonna like the SG-22. If you've tried other boots like the Tech 10 or the Fox or any of those, like I said, takes a little bit getting used to, because it's a different feeling boot than any other boot that is out there. But once you do get used to it, they're phenomenal. The ankle support, they lock the ankle in nice and snug to where I don't feel like I'm getting any heel float, and I just feel like I've got a really protective boot on. The only other real drawback that I would say with these is that they are on the heavier side compared to, say, a Fox Instinct or the Motion, Tech 7, the CD, a Tahoe. They are on the heavier side, but I can live with that because the durability is going to be phenomenal. So that's my first impressions. Again, awesome boot. Props to Gaerne for doing that. If you have questions, comments about these, I want to get those answered. So please leave those down below. If you want me to compare these to other premium boots, I will get your questions answered, people. So make sure, drop those in the comment section. To grab a set to see all the different colorways available, click the link or head to RockyMountainATVMC.com. I've ridden in all the boots and I've done ride reviews on all the premium boots, even a lot of mid-level boots. So if you're not quite sure, if you're not set, you can watch the buyer's guides that I've done. You can watch my other ride reviews and figure out what boot's going to be best for you. We have our fit guarantee. So again, if you buy these, if you don't like how they fit, send them back. We'll give you free shipping both ways on that first exchange. So you get the size and the fit that's going to be best for you. And if you want to stay up to date on ride reviews and cool products that we're always doing, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have an SG-22 or an SG-12, please share your feedback. I'm Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.